starting the stream. We are setting up the stream now. We're totally live. Oh no, there's not snow where we are, so we'll teleport Joe to where the snow should be. Over by our pal and server operator, Yerg ZMB. We're gonna be having fun. And I don't think this is set up entirely correctly. Everything. Okay. Okay. Wow, my Minecraft is going nuts. And I'm not sure why. Let's close some tabs. I did install a new version of Voxy and Sodium immediately before this stream.
That's it.
But yeah. Okay. Wow, I am getting like 1 frame every 3 minutes though. Okay, now it's when I Alt-Tab out. Well, maybe it's fine now. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish setting up the stream because we have an actual event to run. So we need to open up that. We need to make sure that's muted. We are here on the Vanillish Patreon server where we are going to have a Snow Fort build contest and then a snowball fight. But we are also going to be kicking off a month-long build contest. So we're kicking off this month-long build contest with a goofy pal around build contest. Okay, so I think we are all set up now. We have switched over to rotational tips because it's a build contest today, so I'm not covering up the people's amazing builds. So any tips that you guys want to send my way would be deeply appreciated. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Let me make sure I am in the right chat over here on Discord. Yep. Okay. I think we are all set. So I have made a voice chat. Wait, did voice chat kick me out of the group? Event. Group type normal. Okay. Oh, is it because you can't hit your set? Okay. Activation method voice. Voice activation auto. I think we want the voice activation threshold down around here, but I don't see it. Test. Well, I heard that noise. Let's just assume I'm at the voice activation threshold and that people can hear me who join the group. Has anybody joined the group? No. We do have a voice group. Voice group exists. Bum 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 bada bum bada bum 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 bum. Oversighted says odd angles this evening. New thing. We do this for build contests, so that way the camera doesn't completely obscure the builds. We rotate the camera 1 degree angular for every $1. Yergi says, "Oh, modded voice group. I gotta relog." Okay. Well, are more people in the Discord? Would it be okay? Well, if I assumed that everybody had the voice chat. Okay. Gotcha. So not everybody. So if not everyone has a voice chat, we can just use Discord. So I will disable all voice chat sounds, leave the group, and then I will switch over to the Discord group. SMP Vanillish voice. Okay, so I am in V11 voice. Actually, is that the one that we marked with the event? We need to hit start event. Yes. And then, okay. And then I'll go to that channel. Okay. So we should be legit. Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. I switched voice groups to the one that was actually in the announcement for the event. Okay, here we go. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, howdy, Yurgi. Um, do you know, I'm gonna see if I can drag Mailman Dave into here. There we go. There's Mailman Dave in the. Okay, so we got everybody now. So Yurgi, do you want to kick us off and tell us what we are doing here today?
Yeah, absolutely. So today, wait, let me unshrink. We are doing our 1 hour build contest doing snow forts.
Woo! Snow falling noises, which is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of part of the point of snow.
So, are there any parameters for this build contest that folks need to avail themselves of, awareness-wise?
No, for the most part, it's I've got plenty of free snow and ice for people who would like it. These plots are 20 by 20, including the ice border. You can build on the ice border. I just wanted to make it obvious where the edges were. And yeah, it's a little freeform. As long as it can be explained as a snow fort, it's okay with me.
And is there actual judging for this, or is this more of a expo thing? Because I know the thing we're
Uh,
doing the kickoff for. We also have a 1 month build contest we're kicking off today after this.
yeah. So today's the kickoff for the Rube Goldberg building event, which is like giving people a month, and then we're just going to show those off. But this one we had conceptualized as a 1 hour build contest. So
Okay.
I will probably have party gifts for everybody, but
Woo.
you know.
Well, I'm ready to judge. I'm ready to be super judgmental. So, Mailman Dave, yeah. So the Rube Goldberg contest is a month long, but we're kicking it off with a group hangout to celebrate winter. That's a 1 hour build contest. So you do not have to build an entire Rube Goldberg machine in this hour.
No, that would be a little excessive.
Yeah. Yurgi, are you okay with me starting the 1 hour timer, or do you want to run the timer?
You can go ahead and run the timer because you are running the stream.
I am hitting start right now. Build, build, build. Go, go, go.
Go!
Snow fort. Snow fort. Woo! So, for
Nice, Dave.
folks joining us via YouTube and Twitch, yeah, sorry the stream title was wrong. Apparently it didn't save when I clicked that. We are on the same seed as the Hermitcraft server. Yurgi, did you have to go pretty far out to find this nice snowy area?
Yeah, we're like 12,000 blocks from spawn. I set up a portal so people could like bring stuff over, but
That's cool. Yeah, because I was gonna say even the Voxy mod isn't rendering the stuff in the distance, so we must be pretty far
yeah.
out.
My goal was to find a spot that was both already snowy but also far enough from where people were building that hopefully I wasn't like impeding on places people were planning things.
Totally fair.
Yep.
So we are now. Let's see. We set up the Vanillish server at the beginning of November, I believe. So I guess we're about almost 2.5 months in.
Yeah, that sounds about right. This is our second event on the server.
Yep. And so for folks who are curious, right now we're running 3 Patreon servers. We've got a modded server run by Toxic Glitter that just launched a few weeks ago. That is running the raspberry flavored mod, I believe.
That
Or
sounds
mod
right,
pack.
yeah.
Yeah, which is a create pack. We have 2 vanilla servers that are both kind of Hermitcraft vanilla. They're not pure vanilla. This is the one we call the Vanillish server, which is Yurgi's kind of cozy Hermitcraft-like server. It doesn't, start you off in hell like the actual Hermitcraft server or the 11 Storm server that I run. As the hermits continue to make bad decisions, those will ripple through the 11 Storm server that I operate, but Yurgi's server will remain thankfully immune. So, yeah, this is the chill hangout server. We're having a chill snow fort hangout today. It seems like we've got a much better turnout on this server this season. I feel like we did a better job maybe of differentiating the two, the main server and this one this time around. So that's pleasing to me.
Yeah. Just kind of flying around looking at what people are doing, trying not to be in the way, so I'm in spectator, but
Oh, yeah, I should game mode spectator. I can do that. I just got to remember it's going to switch me back to survival when I log back in, and it'll drop me
yeah, I'm
on the
really glad
ground.
I logged out on the ground.
Good move, yeah. Because, yeah, if I scroll back up here, I think the first thing it said was, Joe Hills fell from a high place. Recording started. Don't forget to set your status.
But yeah, the last thing I did before logging out was making sure the little portal I made worked. So it's like I was right in front of it.
So is this a command block based portal?
Yep, there are 2 command blocks. One teleports people who are standing in it, and the other just makes the particles.
Ah, cool.
It should work even if you're in
I
spectator,
was
but
gonna
you might
say,
have to go down a little bit. Yeah,
yeah.
it should
Very
take you right
cool.
back to spawn.
So how does it continuously scan? Is it on like a redstone timer?
It's just a repeating command block.
Oh, you can just make a loop in a command block now? It doesn't
Yeah,
need
it's just you push the button that says repeat, do not require redstone, and it'll go forever.
Oh, wow, that's
For
really
better
cool.
or worse. Don't put kill commands on that.
Yeah, I would bet.
Or teleport commands, or well, no teleport. If you do it correctly, teleport commands are okay, but you have to be careful.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing that's what you used here was a teleport command, but you had to make sure
Yes.
you scoped it appropriately.
Yes, it's like if you're in this very specific spot, it'll teleport you, and then once you teleport away, you're no longer in that spot, so it's fine.
Because, yeah, if you screwed that up, you would theoretically have to delete the chunk, right?
Now you can game rule to turn off command blocks now. So it's fine.
Oh, that would be the fix. Yeah, and then you go over there and
Yeah.
manually just trash the thing.
Not gonna help if you're in a death loop, but I could bother you and
I
make
could,
you
yeah,
turn
as
it
a
off.
server operator, I could do it from the console, but yeah. Yeah. Good evening, Fruit Smoothie. We're having kind of a chill Thursday night here. I'm going to run through a few stream announcements while folks get started. They are 5 minutes into a 1 hour build contest. First off, the Rube Goldberg event, which is starting immediately after this stream. This is a
I just
1
crashed.
hour build contest. Oh, I will continue to
No,
fill.
it's okay.
Yay.
Yep. No, you're good.
After this 1 hour build contest, we will begin a 1 month build contest where contestants will have to create the best Rube Goldberg machine they can. I've actually visited amazing Rube Goldberg exhibit at the Jewish Museum in Philadelphia. The guy was brilliant as an illustrator, and if you get the chance to see his work in person at any point, I strongly recommend it. But yeah, so that build contest, we have the dates, the date for the judging, or it's not really a judging, it's a showcase.
Yeah, it's more of it's just we are getting together to show off people's creativity. It's less of a contest, more of a showcase. But
That showcase will be this time on Thursday, February 12th. So that's over a full month for the contestants to figure out their designs and get those building. Should be a lot of fun.
yep, and I'm gonna paste that into the Discord chat so that we can
I think I
pin
just
that.
there
Yeah,
you go.
you've got
Oh,
the
I got
event,
the
but I've got
event
my little
link.
write up. Yeah,
Oh, perfect, yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna.
I
pin
might
that
add
just to
your
make
little
sure.
write up to my event
To the
description. So, yeah, we're getting stuff done here. Super effective. Bum, 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 bum. Save event. Cool. So, yeah, the Vanillish server is going to have some chill build expos and things like that. The Everstorm server, I haven't announced our next event yet. There's some scheduling things that I wasn't sure about, but I will hopefully be able to get on that soon. I was kind of waiting to see where certain things in Hermitcraft shook out, because I want to incorporate elements of Hermitcraft stuff into that where I can. But yeah, They made the machine into a real guy? Yeah, Rube Goldberg was a real guy. Oops. So, other announcements though, Tennessee Game Days has been announced for March 26th through 29th. I will definitely be there. A lot of members of my community try to make it out to that. Tickets just went up a couple days ago. They usually sell out in a week or two, though. So if you're thinking about going to Tennessee Game Days, please try to get out there and get your badges immediately. Howdy, a loaf of bread, Maria Salas, Mr. Hardluck. Welcome, Bort. Glad you could join us. We are hanging out. Folks are working on snow forts right now. Oh boy, let's see. Woodland Juliet says, howdy, Joe and chat. Can't join on the server, but I can hang out and celebrate my birthday. Woodland Juliet, feliz cumpleaños aquí a ti. Oh my gosh. We're starting over. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a Woodland Juliet. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Y muchas más. Quill says, happy birthday, Juliet, as well. Howdy, 8-Bit Victorian. Welcome, Punk Monkey Shine. Mr. Hardluck says about Tennessee Game Days, sadly, I have a wrestling show I can't miss that same weekend as TGD. Hopefully we can come down in the fall. That's true. The fall dates have been announced. Tickets are not on sale for fall yet, but TGD fall will be October 1st through 4th, 2026. So you can sign up for their, what do you call it, newsletter to get an email when the tickets do go on sale for fall. It's a great, great event. I've been going for years and years. Always have a fantastic time. Yeah, that's where I learned about Ebenezer's Ponderous Chain, which is a really cool play-testable game that this gentleman was showing off, where he's like, you know, I always really liked the Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, but it bothered me that they said, like, you know, Scrooge, you know, it ends with saying, like, you know, Scrooge was better than his word. But it doesn't really go into detail. Like, what does that look like? What sort of damage had Scrooge and Marley done to London over the course of their careers? And what would it take to fix it? And so this guy created this incredibly elaborate board game where the first phase is trying to fix London. And as you fix different problems around London, parts of the board get replaced. Where, like, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there's like an orphan district, something along those lines. You know, some sort of slum for orphans and youths that gets turned into, like, the Academy for Orphans or something. The Academy for Promising Parentless Youth. And it's like, oh, okay, so the actions you can take in that area of London are now different. And the idea is that all the Cratchits, basically, the members of the Cratchit family now work for Scrooge's foundation that's trying to fix the damage he did to London. And each of you is acting to try to do the most fixing London for bragging rights. You're also going to all celebrate when you're done fixing London with Christmas puddings. And whoever does the most fixing of London gets the most ingredients to make Christmas puddings, and then the Christmas pudding thing is this whole side mini game. It gets really Cones of Dunshire here, where it's like, you might think that what matters is fixing London, but fixing London matters because it's how you make the pudding. And so then you got to make this pudding, and that determines your victory points. So the goal is, it's a cooperative game in that you're all trying to fix London, but you all want to bring the best pudding to the party where you celebrate fixing London. And it's one of the most detailed board games I've ever seen in terms of theming. But yeah, I wouldn't have known it existed if I hadn't got to Tennessee Game Days and met this guy who's been working on it for years. I've got a printout here. Yeah. So it's a competitive strategic action selection game for 2 to 4 players. I can hold that up there and you'll see it says Ebenezer's. I can't see what I'm holding up. Yeah, Ebenezer's Ponderous Chain. But yeah, it's very cool. Play as a member of the Cratchit family. Choose from these actions. And like then there's like a bunch of actions. There's so many actions. But like so it's one of those games that I think it would be very hard to teach somebody who isn't that into board games, but like the way I described this game to Cleo is that this would be the perfect game to play with the hermits, where we have every hermit except for let's say the Mark. We have one hermit who we tell, oh yeah, we're gonna play this board game. Only Joe's ever played it before, but it shouldn't be that hard, right? And everybody else will have studied or had cheat sheets and have encyclopedic knowledge of all like 24 actions possible. And then the one hermit who was not given the cheat sheets or anything to look at it in advance, we would just film the look of horror and disbelief on their face while everybody else is just completely breezing through this like, oh, well, it's obvious. I should do this, 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 and this, do this, 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 and this. And I don't know who you think would be the funniest Mark for something like this. I was thinking Skiz.
I think Tango.
Yeah, Badger says Tango. Tango would probably get legitimately upset because he knows game design. And this is an incredibly well-designed game, but it's just so information dense. The idea that everybody else is just like an information sponge and can immediately squeeze it out. And then Tango's just like, wait, what does this symbol mean? And it's just like... But yeah, it was really neat. It sounds like I'm making fun of the game. It's legitimately one of the coolest things that I've seen people do a playtest demo of at a board game convention. And I saw that at the last Tennessee Game Days, which is why I'm bringing it up. Tennessee Game Days is an awesome opportunity to like meet cool people who make cool stuff. But yeah, the guy who designed the game was talking about how he's like one of the other people in the demo room was playtesting it with me and asked like, so do you need the pudding element? Like, could that be a separate thing? And the guy's like, well, I'm not going to say that I'm obsessed with Christmas pudding, but I got a hold of this centuries-old recipe 25 years ago. I don't need to get into how, but I've been trying to perfect it ever since. And I am just like, I am deeply invested in every part of this. This is the sort of guy that needs to be making board games, right? I don't want some stupid AI churned out thing. I want somebody who has a genuine love, borderline obsession with the subject matter and is just like, I'm going to find a way to represent this with symbols and dice. The pudding stays, says Trick Trio. Exactly. The game is called Ebenezer's Ponderous Chain. Open Bag 2 says if the Mark was Pearl, it would backfire because she just figured out like it was obvious. Then you'd watch the VOD and realize she was in a state of panic the whole time. The funny thing is, if we tried something like this on Cub, he probably would just sit there, breathe it in, and go, well, if they can do it, I can. And just assimilate. But yeah, I don't even know if this thing has a website. The guy's email is on here, but I don't want to dox him. Let me check if the URL after his email address is... Oh, hey, there is a web page here. Whoa, he's got the entire 20-page rule book? Oh man, this is so much more than I thought. Okay, yeah. Well, if he's putting the whole rule book on here... like... But like the cutouts that get overlaid on the board as you unlock parts of London and stuff are just absolutely amazing. Like, it's one of those things like as you change parts of London and the game shifts, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is what making a difference can do. There's like the thing I love about this game, I'm going on about this game a lot, but I genuinely really like it. One of the things I like about it is it kind of shows the snowball effect of people trying to help each other out. Right? Howdy, Lady Oolong. As each of the Cratchits takes bits of Ebenezer's wealth and reinvests it in improving different parts of the community, like the game gets easier, and it has this snowball effect where you're rushing toward the finish to make your puddings and celebrate, right? Like, the thing I like about another thing I like about the game too is the game is about how you can't just throw money at any problem, right? You've got to like you have like basically a budget from Scrooge every turn, right? From like whatever trust he's set up to rehabilitate London. And so you have your like allowance out of the trust. And you have to travel around London meeting people to make connections to actually invest that money properly. It's not just like, oh, throw money at the problem. It's we need to fix the problems. And in order to do that, we need to build coalitions, right? We need to find people who live in this neighborhood who understand the problem, but we also have to find people who have the tools or the skills to assist them, right? And so then we use the money to pay for the resources and the time to make it happen. Like, it's about connecting people using those resources. But yeah, I just love the caption on this. Create a pudding on your player board. What other game do you create a pudding on your player board? Sorry, Yurgi, I have accidentally shanghaied your event so I can ramble
No,
about
you are
somebody
totally
else's board
fine.
game.
I've been enjoying this.
I like, here's the thing is like, if y'all are at an event that this guy is at, I want to sit down and play this game for 2 hours. I mean, well, it says 60 minutes plus 15 minutes per player. So it's, if you have 2 players, it's a 90-minute game. If you have 4 players, it's a 2-hour game. Yeah. But like, I will take 2 hours out of my weekend to play this with people who come to Tennessee game days. If the guy comes back, I don't know if he's going to be there again this year. But like, yeah, this is just such a cool, fun concept for a game. It expresses all sorts of pieces of humanity I like in a very positive way. And so, yeah. 8-Bit Victorian, perfect name for this. 8-Bit Victorian says, unironically think I might try to convince my friends into playing this with me now. Nice. Open Bag 2 says, so what I'm hearing is the game is like this. To be fair, his nephew had 0 data on the quality of the charity the man wanted money for. From Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal. Fair enough. Am I in any of these pictures of people playtesting the game? No. Okay, that's fine. I didn't remember the guy taking my picture, but I did. I just saw he has like a bunch of pictures of people playing. Lady Oolong says, so this is like anti-monopoly. Yeah, basically.
I mean, so Monopoly.
Panet Rosa says the same. Well, but the thing is, Monopoly is supposed to teach you why monopolies are wrong by trying to make the best monopoly. Whereas this is about teaching you that helping other people is good by helping other people. You know what I mean? It's not ironic in the way Monopoly is. So, just as a time thing, we have 36 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. So, welcome anybody who's just joining us. We are doing a Snow Fort build contest here on the Vanillish server. Oversized says, Monopoly's trying to teach me something? All it ever did was make me mad at my brother. That's fair.
It taught you that monopolies make you mad at your brother.
Yeah. Like when they tried to get that parking lot monopoly in Fargo. Okay. So, I'm trying to think. You know what I should have had? You know what? Actually, I should ask. Yurgi, did you prepare questions or subjects to discuss during this? Because I didn't, but it's also not my event. Okay, okay. I just realized before I actively said nobody actually prepared an outline. I realized I should check, just make sure that's not an assumption. It's unfair.
Nope, you're right.
Yeah, no, because it's like, well, I could get into a little bit of what I did today, but I don't know how germane that is to what we're doing here. But I didn't want to. If you have stuff that you wanted to talk about or showcase or visit around the server while people are doing the build contest.
Nothing specific. Build any good snow forts lately?
We haven't had snow really this year here in Nashville, unfortunately. It is. I was actually outside standing around for about an hour earlier in the like 66-degree weather.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's been raining here, so I feel it.
Yeah, we fortunately had a clear night. A little bit gusty, a lot of wind. So, yeah, I actually so to this is maybe tonally a bit of a shift, but one of my friends reached out to me and said, "Hey, are you going to the vigil for the lady who got shot up in Minneapolis? They're apparently doing one at Centennial Park, which is where we have our big Temple of Athena, the Parthenon, full-scale Parthenon." And I was like, okay, I hadn't heard about that. And he's like, well, it's in an hour, you know. I'm like, well, you know, let me look into it. I was looking into the organizers and stuff. I was like, I don't see anybody in here I personally know or can vouch for, but this seems legit. So, I'll go. So Badger, my spectacular spouse, had offered us some candles to take because, like, a lot of times for vigils like this, people bring candles. And I was like, the wind is gusting like 25, 30 miles an hour. There's no way we could keep these lit without like continuously relighting them with a grill lighter or something. So not gonna do that. But otherwise, it would have been a thoughtful suggestion. So we get out there, and a bunch of people had electric candles, like the ones that I use for my Halloween streams. And I was like, oh, that's really smart. And for the people that didn't have electric candles, they did have, like the organizers were giving out little candles, but the problem with those was as soon as you lit them, they got blown out. So a lot of people were just kind of holding the candle with like their cell phone light underneath it. Like, it's the best we could do. But yeah, good weather. There were few local organization leaders and maybe 4 or 5 pastors that spoke. And I found it really reassuring to, I didn't really know what to expect in terms of turnout, but I'd say there were hundreds of people there. I'm not good at estimating crowd size. I would say definitely more than 300, but maybe closer to 6. I don't know. I didn't like do a head count, but it was a lot of people there. But it's kind of funny seeing a bunch of preachers standing on the ledges on the side of the Parthenon between the pillars. It's like, oh yeah, here's the pagan temple where we say prayers to remember the dead. Like, just a little bit of irony there, but it was a good thing to attend. And if people have the opportunities to attend things like that in their own local communities, obviously you want to look into who's organizing it and stuff. Nashville has a good history of local religious leaders organizing protests because of our activity in the civil rights movement. So obviously your mileage may vary depending on where you live, but anybody who has the chance to get out to be part of your community as they grieve and process things like that, definitely want to strongly recommend you do so. But yeah, do your diligence, look into the organizers as much as you can. But yeah, not everything you see, like the protests you see on the news, a lot of times are the ones that really got out of hand. And this was, once again, more of a prayer vigil in honor of the dead and in remembrance of the dead, rather than this was not a disruptive protest. This was a community event for grief and mourning. And that has a place, I think, in society when things are as challenging as they have been lately for so many of us. Just being out with other people, go with a friend. That's what I did. I went with a friend. But, being around people, friends, and also strangers, it can be really reassuring that, yeah, this is a rough time, but, we're all in this together. So, strongly recommend that. Yeah, totally. I know that's hard to follow up on. But yeah. Okay, there's 28 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in our Snow Fort build contest. But yeah, Yurgi, so sorry if I was a little bit incommunicado leading up to the stream tonight, but that's why, because I had stepped
no,
out
you were
to
busy.
attend.
I get it.
Yeah. And I don't always like telling people via electronic means where I'm going if I'm going to something like this,
Also get that. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I was really surprised how, like a few years ago, something like this would have been all over Twitter or Blue Sky nowadays. But, people, like, I took a few pictures, but I was just kind of like, I don't know how safe it is to share these publicly. Let me kind of see what other people are doing. But, like, there's, like, nothing out there. Or at least there wasn't when I first got home, which is also actually kind of reassuring in a way, because I'm like, if this event had hundreds of people who are, kind of keeping their mouths shut and not posting a bunch of pictures on social media because it might endanger other attendees in some way, how many other events with hundreds of people are there all around the country that we're not hearing about? Like, that's, to me, a good thing, or a reassuring thing. It's not great that people are worried about sharing this stuff publicly. That's disconcerting, but yeah. Bum, bum, bum. And it might be I'm also just not searching for the right things. Like I'm searching for Centennial Park, but maybe I should be searching for Parthenon. Although I don't want a bunch of results about the Greek Parthenon. Because that one's like, just like, they really did not take care of it. But yeah, I will say too, there was a lot of news crews and stuff there. So, you know, I was like, well, maybe they'll post something about it, but they might be waiting until the stories go out at the 10 o'clock news or whatever. But honestly, you know, even if they were like, well, we're only going to use the footage if something violent happens, the fact that they're there makes it less likely for the cops or somebody to come cause problems, you know, so I'm happy to have them either way.
I am currently amused by all of Vin's allays desperately trying to get over there. They're very cute.
Poor snow spread. So what do the allays do? Do they pick up snow from... Are they part
They'll
of
pick
them?
up like dropped items, but I think they're just here to be cute, to be honest.
Ah. Gotcha.
True. Very true.
I'm wondering, maybe my blue sky search just doesn't work. Because I'm searching for the word vigil, and the latest thing is from 4 hours ago in the search results in any language. That can't be right. There's, out of everybody in the world posting, that hasn't... yeah. Maybe I'm just bad at finding stuff.
Search features are only so good.
Yeah.
Even the hollow haven't spoken about it.
Yeah, Badger says even the Tennessee Holler hasn't covered it, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's... So it's weird. It's weird going someplace that you know there were hundreds of people there, that you saw in news vans and stuff,
Yeah,
and then
news vans,
there's
yeah.
no record of it other than like I was showing my kid like 1 or 2 photos I took of like the setup that the speakers had. You know, I didn't want to take pictures of the other people around me for obvious reasons, but just to try to get a sense of like the crowd size and stuff. But like, yeah, it's weird. I definitely didn't imagine this. Now, is that the morning one? Open bag 2 on the Tennessean? Because there was a morning one. At
There
the
was one at like
yeah.
10
So
o'clock this
so
morning.
that one was the one like this morning, not the one this afternoon. Yeah, so I didn't hear about that one until after it ended. Bum, bum, bum. So much ice and snow for the snow forts. We got Mailman Dave getting a decorative floor in here. I definitely saw Channel 5's van. Or car or whatever. It's like a crossover. I don't know if it's technically a van, if it's like an SUV. But then there were a bunch of stuff. Bunch of cameras and tripods and stuff with big lights at the front. Nashville banner. Okay, yeah, the Centennial one is mentioned in the Nashville banner. Cool. I was curious. One of the reasons I wanted to see what was reported was because I did not have a good head count. And I was curious about the crowd size. Because the other thing is, like, if you're not in the back, you can't tell. We were kind of in the middle. But yeah, it looks like Nashville Banner's just reporting hundreds at Centennial Park. Yeah, Nashville Banner is credible. But yeah, it's weird because I'm so used to searching on like social media to find the latest news because it used to be that was faster than looking on Google. Like Google News wouldn't update with articles until a few minutes after Twitter search. Twitter going downhill has really killed everything. Yep, Kindlelist, that's the one I was just posting in the other chats. Okay, so it's good to see that somebody's reporting on it. Oh, Stephen Hale wrote this. Stephen Hale is legitimately a great journalist. Yeah, Google search going downhill, Twitter search and Twitter going downhill. Like, all of these things are making it so much harder to keep up with everything these days. It's very unfortunate timing for fans of, like, life not being terrible. But yeah, I'm really glad my friend reached out to me about this because I didn't know it was happening. It was, I've just been kind of heads down and focused all day. So, yeah. If you see something that you want to go to, definitely reach out to your friends who you think might want to go because it might not be on their radar. And even if they can't make it that time, they might still appreciate it and let you know if they see something you both could go to in the future. Fans of democracy? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I recently... I didn't realize how many browsers I have. I use so many browsers because I have like different browsers for different tasks. And so I keep thinking, okay, I've changed all my search off of Google because their AI stuff is driving me nuts. But then I'll open a browser on like a different machine and search for something, and it's like, here's your Google results. And I'm like, no, I thought I was out, but they keep dragging me back in. How many different ways do I have to figure out how to change this? I don't want to add minus AI to everything. I just want to not have it. Okay. We have 17 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Big Papa House says I do the same thing with browsers, one for work related, one for entertainment, one for research. Yeah, it's like, because like there are certain tools I use that might be optimized for different browsers, and it's just easier. It's like, also, I really like having different icons at the bottom of my taskbar for different types of things. Yeah. Hey, welcome Ron Bent, raiding with a party of 18. We've got some folks doing a Snow Fort build contest. They've got 16 minutes and 27 minutes remaining. This is on one of my 3 Patreon servers. This is the Vanillish server, run by server operator Yergi.
Howdy.
Howdy, Yergi. Howdy, everyone. Folks are building snow forts, having some fun. Welcome, Raiders. Ron Bent, what you get up to? Do. Welcome, Iron Knight. 5062. Kindle says, I have a Chrome extension that blocks AI garbage and it does pretty good so far. Yeah, I don't really want to rely on Chrome extensions, though, because Chrome keeps trying to find ways to break them. Or I've also had the problem where, like, oh, this extension is really good, and then it gets bought by a company that sells all your data. And it's like, I try to go out of box as much as possible on browsers these days. Ron says, Joe Hill has wanted to raid you for so long, it's a true privilege. You're too kind. You're too kind, Ron. What were you playing or doing? Let me pull up Ron's Twitch page here. Since I'm actually, just kind of overseeing this contest, I can actually click it around instead of... Looks like Ron plays a lot of Minecraft. Ooh, Civ 6 and other random games. Learning to make YouTube videos? Good for you. Let's open up that YouTube page. Bum, 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 ba-da-bum. Norway Theodora. Pixel art. That's some pretty good pixel art. I like your typography work there on the word June in that thumbnail. The Den SMP. I should be muted. Oh, that's a really cool portal. This is cool stuff. Yeah, y'all go check out Ron's stuff if you're looking for something to do sometime. That's just your handwriting. Well, hey, I mean, good for you. Taking your handwriting and making letter forms in Minecraft. That's a process. Okay, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying this stream, we're doing rotational tips. We are at 127 degrees angular. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Using Chrome extensions to block AI feels counterintuitive, says Sandwich. It seems like the browser should just not have AI by default. That feels like where I want to be on my web browser.
You'd think if people wanted it, they could add it.
Yeah, I'm really
as opposed to it being by default.
If you asked me 5 years ago, like, what would it take for you to stop using Google Chrome? Like, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm the closest I've ever been. I'm one flashing Gemini icon while I'm trying to get work done away from uninstalling Google Chrome. I will find some other Chrome-based or Chromium-based browser that's just like, here's Google Chrome without the AI. Because, like, man, I don't need most of Chrome's features. You know, just give me something that works. Open Bag 2 says, a flashing Gemini Tay icon might get me to switch back to Chrome, though. That's fair.
Yeah. Just pops up and tells you that there's a new video to go watch.
Yeah. Woo! New video! Yay! Sandwich says, I used Brave for a while, but Chrome sucked me back in with shiny things. That's fair. Okay. Aquatic Blaze says, I have a Firefox extension that blocks AI. It doesn't really block it, just hides it, and that's the best there is. Maybe I should switch search engines to save water. Yeah, that shouldn't be, like, where we're at. Oh, man. I don't know who posted the meme about... there's a Good Place reference that was posted by Asteri the GIF Wizard, I guess, in our Discord here. Of Michael from the Good Place saying to Janet, Dell figured it out? Dell? Jesus, is a real low point. Because Dell has said consumers are not buying PCs based on AI. AI confuses them more than it helps them understand a specific outcome. So Dell is not going to be focusing on selling AI forward PCs anymore. Nola says that, wait, they renamed Office to Copilot? Yeah, Microsoft also renamed Office to Copilot so they could brag about how many business Copilot users they have to investors. It's a nightmare. Every part of this is so stupid. I can't, like, this makes me wonder. Going into the big stock market crash that led to the Great Depression, like, they made it seem like, oh boy, nobody saw it coming. Everybody was just all in. But, like, was everybody actually all in? Or was it exactly like this? Where a lot of people were like, oh man, this whole thing is stupid. What are you guys doing? But the people with the money just kept shoveling money and scamming people. Like, this is the stupidest possible bubble. And I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening. But yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Aquatic Blaze says, I hate being forced to use Microsoft stuff for school the second I graduate and I'm installing Linux. Yeah, this computer, I was already furious because it was like giving me all these warnings like, hey, this computer won't upgrade to Windows 11. And I'm like, this is a really good computer. You guys suck. Right? Like, just because my motherboard doesn't support TPM properly, you guys won't make your operating system work for me? No thanks. Kindle says, it was exactly like this. I've seen newspapers from the 1920s and there were columns about it. Yeah, I really want to... That would be fun to go back in and find collections of stories like that. Or columns. Mahi Zero tips 20 and says, a bit of rotating. Woo! Thank you, Mahi Zero. We are indeed going to go ahead and rotate Joe. Rotating the camera now from 127 degrees angular to 147. We appreciate you, Mahi's 0. Okay, just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Rotating when we can. Six minutes and 34 seconds away. How much more acuter could Joe get? I could be acute. I could be adorable. Okay, we got multiple snow forts popping up here. La da 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 do 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 la da da do do. Don't be obtuse, Joe says open bag 2. I'll try. Lady Oolong says a lot of the push with AI is companies having FOMO about the current big buzzword. Yeah, I feel like they're over committing though. Like normally when there's a big buzzword, they don't commit this hard. This is one of those like wrecking national economies levels of overcommitting. Like when companies were trying, remember when companies were trying to sell us on, what is that crypto art thing, NFTs and blockchain? Like they were trying to sell us on blockchain, but they weren't like at this, they didn't take it this far. Mailman Dave says the only reason we aren't in a major recession is the AI bubble. Really? Do you think the AI company wealth is trickling down enough to regular people? Because I don't know. Kindle says the reason the AI push is because is so big is because AI was supposed to be business to business solution, but since it wasn't adopted there, now it has to be pushed hard at the consumer level so companies can justify the money they already spent. Mailman Dave says it isn't actually better for most people, but most of the economic growth we're seeing is in the AI sector. Detta said, I missed it. What do you have against AI? It's a useful tool when used properly. I don't want to use it. Here's the thing, is if you're like, hey, a hairdryer is a useful tool when used properly, and I'm trying to do a task that I've done 1,000 times, I don't need a hairdryer in the way of what I'm trying to do. I can't create a spreadsheet in Google Sheets now without a bunch of extra pop-ups. I can't write an email without a bunch of extra pop-ups. I have tasks that I have completed 100 times a week for decades. And all of these tasks are more obnoxious to complete now because of stupid little AI pop-ups. And also, they're using AI as an excuse to make my email more expensive and my Google Workspace more expensive. My per seat cost for those spreadsheets is going up every month, or it's gone up monthly by a few bucks. So even if I turn off the AI, Google's now saying, hey, you should be paying us a few extra dollars a month for Google Workspace, which is their office suite, for you and all of your staff because of all these AI features. They won't let me opt out. Dennis says that's what people said about touch-tone phones, and look where we are. People said about touch-tone phones that they were charging you an extra $3 per seat. Was there a touch-tone phones fee? I mean, there might have been a fee to use a touch-tone phone with some phone companies, but still, if I've got a business that's already barely break even, I don't need to be getting extra costs. Also, Phone OP says old man yells at clouds, but also I'm there with you. Yeah. Dennis says my parents refused to upgrade their phones until Bell forced them to and sent them a free phone. I mean, if they have something that works for them, they have something that works for them. 50 seconds on the build contest. If you've got decades of muscle memory on something, you don't need people screwing with your tools. And being told that you have to replace your tools ready or not is... I'm trying not to swear here because we're going to have a VOD of this. Unacceptable, let's just say. Okay, 10 seconds. 9. It feels like New Year's again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. Stop building. Stop building, everyone. Okay. So, Yurgi, do you want to lead us from plot to plot and interview folks?
Absolutely. All right, let's
Okay, I'm switching
pick
myself over
a
to creative.
spot to start. Oh yeah, I should probably
Yeah,
do
we
that so
need to
people
be
can see
visible
me.
to the people.
Give me just a sec. Clear my hotbar. Okay. Where do we want to start? Well, let's see. Why don't we go over here to Zilm? Am I saying that right? You're welcome to talk in text chat if you'd like, or in the Discord, and tell us about your build. Text chat, awesome. It's a fort made of snow. Good, good, I like that. Got some little friends in here.
I appreciate the little windows. Got some good translucency.
There are staircases up to the top, always helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You pillaged parts from the pillagers nearby. That's very fort. I like that.
Yep, I like, what do you call these? Are these turrets, technically? You got good turrets so you can see invaders coming in the front door. Also, this almost seems like something where this feels to me like a trap. This feels like like the door is open, you come inside and then immediately get pelted by a dozen people up top.
There should be a bunch of TNT in the courtyard, yeah.
So, very good. Thank you for sharing, Zilm. I might not have said that right. Following
Might as well
Yurgi.
proceed clockwise. So we've got
Tick-tock.
algorithm 32s.
What do you want to tell us, Algorithm 32?
Let's say you're welcome to talk, you're welcome to type.
Let's assume, based on the staring downward, that Algorithm 32 is typing.
Yeah,
Mike's
no, you're good, you're
not
good.
working. Now you can type.
Tell us about it.
Is this based on
Typing's
ice
better.
okay? Ice okay.
Stuck to what you know. I get it. I get it. I like it.
Very cool. It's fairly defensible. You got some little arrow slit type things here to throw snowballs out of.
Certainly hang out with a friend on a cold winter day here.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, the snow golem egg is so cute. I hadn't seen that.
There's a little hidey part back here. Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you seen this? It looks like it's got like a little pumpkin head on top of the egg.
Yeah, they updated the eggs. They're fantastic.
Yeah. So we've got should we keep heading clockwise then, Jörg?
Yes, yes. Sorry, I had to cough.
No problem.
Sint and Vin's impenetrable fortress of solid powder snow.
Based on Vin running in there, I'm assuming it's not actually impenetrable.
Though it is quite hard to see where you're going.
Yeah.
Try to
Let's
get
try to
in
get in
survival.
Without leather boots.
No
Can you
fair.
throw snowballs through powdered snow? I actually don't know. Are these coming out?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, that's fun. So you actually can attack people on the outside through there. So if Ba Sing Se is impenetrable city and Na Sing Se is penetrable city, do we know what the word for fort is in Avatar: The Last Airbender Earth Kingdom?
Oh, good. Okay, somebody got it. That's a lot of snowballs.
I do what I can. They're actually kind of like tracers where I can see as I'm trying to track them. Reminds me of playing an anti-aircraft game. Got one. Okay. So what do we got here? So good job,
Here.
Scent and Vin.
Yep. So this is Barand.
That's Barrand.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Can
I don't-
almost hear you. Give me just a sec. I gotta turn you up on my side.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
is
gonna
it
say.
better?
Yeah, a little
Yes.
Okay. Hi. I was late to the party as well, so I just went with a Sakura themed snow fortress with just a nice little garden and floor. Nothing
bit.
fancy.
Nice.
So what is this over here? This cabinet?
It was meant to be a cabinet, but I couldn't find any of my item frames and things I would normally decorate it with.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you've got an active water feature.
Yes.
In terms of snow fort defense, plunging somebody, head first into water is not one I've
Yeah.
seen much of, playing with the other kids. But I feel like it's ice cold water. So you get somebody, you put them like face first in there for like 3-4 minutes. I mean, they're done for the day.
Hypothermia, it could be weaponized.
Yeah. Okay, so I think this is the most lethal of the forts potentially we've seen so far. Excellent contribution by That's Barrand. Okay. So what do we got over here, Mailman Dave?
Yep. To be honest, I didn't really put a lot of thought into this because I was mostly focused on the Rube Goldberg machine that is due in a month.
Yeah.
So I just decided to, you know what, I have a bunch of blocks. I'm going to make a big old Yeti. He's going to have a palanquin. That's going to be my snow fort. I'm going to ride around on him and throw snowballs at people.
I mean, that's I even though you're like I don't have time to think about this because of my Rube Goldberg thing, you managed to create a creature to carry a palanquin that you can stand in while throwing snowballs. That's like 3 steps. You're still part way to Rube Goldberg here. I like this build. This is very cool. Very neat monkey design.
Very, very detailed for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Do you do a lot
really
of
was just
animal
throwing down
builds?
blocks.
Well, I mean, but like volumetrically, this feels like you thought it through. Do you do a lot of like animal or organic builds like this?
Sometimes.
Clearly. Okay.
I mean, I know what a Yeti looks like in my brain, so.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, if I had to build something like this, 1 hour, okay, make a Yeti. I don't know that it would have turned out this well. That's pretty good. Well, thank you very much again to Mailman Dave. What do we got up next, Jurgs?
This is Wizard of Docks. And I believe you said you were going to be typing, so.
Discord is working for me, so I
Woo,
think
hey.
I think I'll speak.
Cool.
Do it.
So I went a little high concept with mine. This is a snow tree fort, inspired by Calvin and Hobbes' treehouse. This is what I would imagine it looks like in the winter.
Interesting.
I was going to add telescopes on an armor stance, but then I realized I didn't have the armor stand things set up, so instead I've got a ready box over here with spyglasses and ammunition.
Very cool.
I've also got a way out onto the roof through the corner.
Oh, good use of the powdered snow there too.
Yep.
This was going to be a nice defensible position. I had the high ground until I turned around and saw what Dave was building.
Yeah. It's
He
like,
can actually hit me from here.
oh, I'm sure. Yeah, hold on. I'm attempting it now. I'm not a good shot, but I feel like I'm hitting you a little bit. It's hard to tell.
You're making contact, yes.
Okay.
So I'm running a log shop this season, so I figured why not use some of my extra saplings and leaves as a starting point. And I think I've given this tree some character. You'll see there's some lower branches that got cut off at some point. Also, funny story, I was having trouble with my roof. There were bits that kept disappearing. It took me a few minutes to realize that was because I had attached the copper lanterns to the ceiling and it was melting the snow layers above.
Oh, yeah.
So I've had to
that'll
move
do it.
those to the floor.
Nice. Very cool. Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent contribution to our build contest, Wizard of Ducks.
So then this one here is Moonshells, and Moonshell had to leave early, but left a book.
Here, I can read the book since, that's one of my things. In this build, I play with the idea of Snow Fort by scrambling letters and building anagrams of Snow Fort, along with a traditional kid's snowball fight type fort. The 4 anagrams are labeled with signs in cyan. There are a few hints in lime on signs in back in case I'm really stretching things. Unfortunately, I cannot stay. I'll watch the video on demand. Any participation gifts can be left in the chest next to my name, and I'll get them later. Thanks for a fun build contest. Moonshell.
So yeah, we've got Frost 1 over here.
Okay, wait. 2 frowns.
Yeah, because they're upside down.
Oh.
They're no longer smiles, they're frowns.
Okay.
Yeah, there's hints on the backs of the signs, it looks like. W can sound like a long O, right? A stone roof.
Oh, stone roof. Wait, yeah, because 2 frowns is a stone roof. I don't think I understand the anagram.
I think each sign is separate. These are
Snow
2
fort.
frowns under a stone roof. Here's an in-foot ruse, where n equals 6.
A 6-foot rose?
Yeah.
I don't. Snow fort. Oh, it's an anagram for snow fort. Oh,
Yeah.
these are all
They-
anagrams for snow fort. I was like, what is this an anagram for? Wait, no, wait, that doesn't work, does it? No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, snow fort is in that one. There's
Yep.
just an extra letter. Oh. Frost 1 is an anagram for snow fort. Oh. Oh boy. Okay. I get it now. I get it now. Okay. Very cool. So Yergi, how are we doing judging?
That's the hard question, isn't it? I like all of them.
Yeah. So, well, normally what we would do is we would put a record down somewhere that I can alt tab out next to, and then I have to switch to my phone to talk on Discord with the judges and the judging chamber chat. So should you and I go to the judge chat?
Sure.
Can you put down a record?
Yeah. If I can find one in here. Where are they at? They've rearranged the creative menu. I can't find anything.
Of course. Well, can you if you search for the word cat?
Yeah,
It-
true.
the
But that'll
disc shows
just
up.
bring up cat. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know then? Okay, but if you search for disc,
True. What's a good long one?
pig step. I don't know.
Vin is saying tears is white and snowy.
Yeah, I was gonna say which one's the snowiest, with the winteriest. Strahd. Does Strahd mean snow?
Here.
Okay, cool. So I am gonna make sure that I've muted on Discord and disconnected over Okay, we are re-emerging back in the main voice chat here. Yurgi has the announcements. Okay, yeah, sorry guys, I messed up and I muted everything, including the music, earlier when we were doing the judging. I got the music back on, but okay. So chat should be able to hear me, and then when Yurgi starts talking, you should be able to hear Yurgi.
Hello, hello?
I hear Yurgi, and I see little green bars, so I think we're good.
Probably a good sign, yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
Yurgi,
Yep.
you know, we talked about this. All of these are awesome. Like, we always say, like, oh, should we have an honorable mention thing? But the problem is, if we had honorable mentions, it would be everybody that wasn't the top 3. So we're not going to do honorable mentions because everybody here just absolutely killed it. This was a lot of really fun creativity on display. So thank you all for sharing your talents with us. Vin Shoken says, yay, I mentioned honorably. Or not. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that kid from The Incredibles meme. When everyone's honorable, no one is. That sounds like a Worf Star Trek thing. But anyway, Vin Shoken. Like, I don't know if Shoken could be Klingon. I don't know. Core concept. When everyone is honored, no one is. So Yurgi, go ahead and tell us who got third.
For third place, we decided to give it to Wizard of Docks, Calvin and Hobbes Treehouse Fort.
Woo! I try not to let nostalgia rule my heart too much, but I have a very special place in my heart for Calvin and Hobbes, and this does feel like something a couple kids might throw together. This is fun in that way. Yurgi, what are we doing in terms of prizes?
Let's see. I've got a party favor for everybody. It's nothing major. And then I've got an item to give to everyone who placed. So that should have...
If I hover over that, 2026 1-hour build contest, snow forts. Ice block space helmet. So what does that do?
It's just decorative, I'm gonna be honest. It just looks cool.
Oh, that is fun.
It does not function as good armor, but you can wear it.
Very neat.
Yes, it's very cool because it's ice.
Excellent. Wizard of Doc says thank you. You're most welcome. And who do we have in second place, Jurg?
So second place, we decided to give to Slim's Cherry Blossom Sakura Fort with the water feature.
I think that's Baron's, actually.
Oh, Baron. Shoot, I wrote down the wrong name on my piece of paper. I'm sorry. Hi, Baron. My apologies.
That's Baron. I liked the lethality of the water feature. This is the other one was definitely like, oh, this could be a real fort children have. This one, it's like, oh man, somebody comes in here, they're getting shoved face first in the drink. This is a pretty solid build on the whole, fun little kind of castle aesthetic. But yeah, just thank you very much. Yeah, cute but deadly. An excellent contender. Baron says, cute but deadly is kind of my jam. Very nice. So congrats to that Baron. Enjoy your helmet. Yurgi.
All right, so first place, we decided to give it to Mailman Dave's Yeti, who is very defensible. I mean, again, they are all really awesome, but...
Yeah, this is a fantastic build, Mailman Dave. I know you said this was very off the cuff, but that really speaks to your talent.
I appreciate it. It's been a very long December.
I
It's
understand.
January, my dude.
And,
But
and then
yeah.
I do have a party favor for everybody as a thank you for hanging out. So I've got a snack.
Ooh, hearty cookies. Do those do anything
So
special?
they should be roughly equivalent to a cooked steak. So they're nothing super broken, but they're cute. I really love all of the options we have with item components now.
Well, and I'm glad that you're playing with them. For those of y'all
Yeah.
who just came in, just so you know, Yurgi is the server operator for the Vanillish server, the server we're on right now, which means Yurgi basically gets to decide what game rules to set, what events to run, what prizes to give, stuff like that. And yeah, there's stuff that I don't even know is in the game that Yurgi is pulling in and helping create experiences for the whole community. We are super lucky to have you, Jurg. So thank you so much for your work on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I can.
Woo! Lots of kind words in the chat too. In the Twitch chat, Failed Vegan says that was tons of fun. Eam says well done to everyone. Excellent says everyone did awesome. Lakshmi13 says congrats, Dave. But yeah, this was a great time. Can we get a photo with you, Joe? Oh yeah, sorry. I always forget that that's a thing people want. Where should I go? Yurgi, tell me where to stand.
Just stand there. Stand there. They can gather around you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm guessing we want Mailman Dave's build in the background, or where are we?
Okay, you can do that. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just
Where
pick
are
a
we
spot.
looking?
Stand still. I'll be a photographer.
Okay. Man, I am so bad at this. I'll just look directly into your eye. Yurgi the Cyclops.
There we go. I got several.
Woo! Awesome. Well, thank you again, Yurg. Thank you again to everybody who built something. These were all a lot of fun. Alrighty. So, we are going to go ahead. I know that we had this set as a 2-hour block, but that was just for safety. We're going to go ahead and head out for the evening. Let's see what is going on out there in the broader world of Twitch. It looks like Sad Milkman is playing some Minecraft, so we're gonna send y'all over to Sad Milkman on the Skyblock Kingdoms SMP. And when you get over there, our raid message is howdy y'all, Joe Hill's raid here. One more time, I should have mentioned the Discord is $5 a month to join the Discord chat, $10 a month to join the Minecraft servers via Patreon. If you do sign up tonight, I send those invites in a batch the next day usually, so you can expect that in the next day. Yurgi, any final words for everybody?
Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you so much for organizing this, Jurg, and we're looking forward to seeing y'all at the end of the Rube Goldberg build contest in 1 month on February 12th?
12th, yes.
Yes. That's a Thursday.
I'm looking at the...
Yeah, Thursday, February 12th at 8:30. Everybody here has 1 month and change to go build a Rube Goldberg machine. We're going to have a showcase. We're going to look at them all. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's not going to be prizes like first, second, third, but there will be participation thing maybe.
Yeah. I like to give out some sort of silly party favor for everything we do, just to thank people for coming out.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Okay, the raid is going to kick in automatically because we are running out of time. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee, joined by Yurgi. Thanks again, Yurg. And keep adventuring.